7 o'clock and Yoda's not here. Can you guys believe that?
You did go.
I told you it was 7 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you said it was 6:58.
No, it's still 6:59.
Oh, yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight? We see Starla's there and Lucy talking about crypto. And there's Starla again.
Crypto's probably going to be illegal here pretty soon. I'd be careful with that.
Oh, what the heck?
What'd you do?
I hit the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Here. Get you in the frame more.
I'm here.
You're here. So how's everybody doing tonight? Naughty Heathen. Crash another live. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's one of those guys like Native that wear the funny hat.
I laughed so hard at that. I thought that was funny. You know, you have to understand how military is, and military just everybody gives each other a hard time. So, you know, there's chauffeurs and dance partners and all that stuff. So,
Starla says she found out she's got rhinovirus.
Oh no,
that's not good.
It's not bad. You'll get over it. So, just make sure you're taking eat the garlic every day, and then, you know, while you're sick right now, do it 3 times a day, and then a garlic clove. I pickle them, and then make sure you're getting some iron soup, and that'll get you over that like that.
And the iron soup, you guys can thank Hacks for the Homestead and Mrs. Hacks for that.
Yes,
they turned us on to that, and we live and die by that stuff.
Yes, we do. Time. It is on our shelf 24/7.
It's not medical advice, but I'm telling you,
all right,
it works.
All right. There's a community who needs a village. Idiot, I'm game.
There you go. Everybody serves a purpose, right? Not a heathen.
Oh my goodness.
Did we make a video for iron soup?
I thought I did.
I'll go back and check. I don't think you did.
I might have. You just didn't load it.
But, no, that was one of the ones that died because it didn't have all the audio and it was all jacked.
Oh, well, I'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll have to make another one.
Yeah.
RN, how you doing? Well,
Starla, I can also email you that recipe too. So, yeah.
Why don't you write it down and I'll put it on the community page? I
have it written down. I think it is on the community page. Didn't you send that over to Native?
I don't know.
I thought you did, but anyway.
If you guys hear something in the background, we've got turkey broth going.
7.5 minutes.
So we're on how many gallons of turkey broth this week? 15?
20.
This is your 20th gallon?
Yeah, you just keep drinking it faster than I can can it. God. So
let's see here. Starla.
Yeah, there's a video. Is it mine, Starla, or somebody else's? Mine might be a little bit different.
I don't remember putting one up.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? It's been forever. So, yeah. But
well, do we want to talk about this week?
It's been a hard week, guys.
It's been a very hard week. You gonna be able to do it?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Freya died Friday and
Saturday morning.
And well, thank you, Naughty. And it's been kind of hard on us.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what? I was telling somebody the other day that I've had a lot of dogs in my 56 years, and there's only been 2 other ones that touched me the way she did.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of a. Well, you want to tell them what we found out after the fact? Yeah. So check this out. This is important if you live in the Midwest.
Yeah. This only affects the Midwest, and dogs. It's extremely, extremely rare, and I don't know if I can get through it. You might have to do it.
Okay. So Angela's god sister, Big Angie, is her name. This is little Angie.
She hates that. Don't do that.
Big Angie called. Hey. But their puppy died last week, and they started talking, and the exact same circumstances and exact same symptoms.
Yes.
So, and the doctor was like, this dog should not have died, and so he did an autopsy, and there's. Do you remember what it's called?
Dio something.
Neurosis. Anyway, yeah. There's something in the soil in the Midwest that some dogs are extremely susceptible to. Is that?
Yeah, again, it's extremely rare. So, but they go digging into the dirt, and then their noses are in it, so they're breathing in the dirt. And then Freya is like all full mouth because she was helping the cats get the moles.
Yeah.
And so she was like all in there. The cats and her, they were buddies, and so they hunted together.
It's not like parvo.
Well, same symptoms as parvo, but it's not parvo. This is actually a disease.
Right.
And so, well, I guess that is kind of the same.
Yeah, Freya was her name, the English collie.
Yeah. And but it's in the dirt, and what happens, the esophagus starts to swell, and then when they're drinking and eating, they can't, it either goes into their lungs or it goes into their stomach.
Well, and they go septic.
Well, first the organs start shutting down, and then they go septic. And Freya has been battling this since March.
Yeah.
And what we just found out is that there's no cure for it. So had we had known then what we know now, my dog would have never suffered all this time. I would have put her down. And so, yeah.
But at the time, we spent $5,000.
Yeah.
On vet bills.
Yeah.
But at
the time, they didn't know.
But at the time, you really needed it because it was right after the fire. And
I didn't really need it. I know her health was more important.
You needed that dog.
Her health was more important. I would have never asked her to suffer for me.
Well, but we didn't
know that.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
But so it was a hard weekend. It really was.
Yeah.
And it really sucked because Friday night we
had a great time.
We went to a potluck in the neighboring town. Did another Homesteaders potluck, and it did have a really good time.
We really had a good time.
Saw some new people there.
Yeah. And actually, we're going to do it again, and it's going to be Preppers, Homesteaders, Farmers, and we're going to do, would you call it Friends Festivus, I think is what Tag said.
A Festivus, yeah.
Yeah, so that will be at the same location, and we will do that on December 10th at 2 o'clock.
Hippocrates, he cleared his cache, so it dumped all his passwords. He couldn't remember his password. I've been there. I've done that. Skanks, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I buried her. I buried her out by the goat pen.
She's on her watch.
In a very sunny spot.
Yeah.
So, you okay?
Yeah.
Free Man Festivus. That's what Life said.
There you go.
That's what Tech said.
Yeah. So everybody's welcome to come, and that is at
Circleville Christian Church.
And at 2 o'clock on December 10th.
On December 10th. And personally, I would like to see it be, instead of just a Northeast Kansas thing, I would like to see it be a regional thing. So if you're watching this, or you know anybody on pre-steading that's in southern Nebraska, west central Missouri, all the way down into Oklahoma and Arkansas, man, tell everybody. Oh man, that had to be a hard gig there, Naughty Heathen.
Yeah, that would suck.
Dealing with people when they're at their most upset.
You should tell Naughty Heathen about Russell.
Oh my God. Okay, so since we're talking about dogs, and Naughty Heathen brought up the animal control thing.
Right.
So we had this Great Dane when we lived in the suburbs. And this Great Dane weighed 190 pounds when he was skinny. And he could go over the fence anytime he wanted. He just didn't realize it. Well, there was a female Great Dane that lived about 2 miles away that every time she would go in heat, he was over the fence. He was over the fence, and he was over there bird dogging her. Well, we were friends with the animal control officer in town. And so he would call Angela and say, "Hey, your dog's out."
He'd call me at work.
and he'd be, "Okay, I'm going to take him home." Well, Russell was so big, he wouldn't fit in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
So Kevin would just take a leash and put it around Russell's neck and walk him, drive him back home, and
driving the truck. Yeah.
The truck.
Put him back in.
Yeah. Yes, Hippocrates. Yeah. I was going to say we got sidetracked, but we've got canning going for another 30 seconds. Yoda's going to have to get up, and
I'll get up and turn it off.
And go take care of it. Well, we did say it, the turkey broth.
Yeah, I got 1 million gallons of broth to get done, so.
I don't think the size of the truck. I don't think Russell would have fit in the cab with Kevin.
I don't think so. He was pretty big. So yeah.
But yeah, it was it. Russell was a character and a half. Yeah. I did not. So Great Dane puppies are 90 pounds and they act like puppies. And Russell taught me that furniture is made out of 2x4s because we came home one day and he had eaten a love seat. And he was what, 3 or 4 months old?
Yeah, something like that.
So that's a Tag. Don't be sorry.
No, you're good.
It's all good, man. But yeah, so he was a character now. Ate a $200 pair of cowboy boots. I could have killed that dog.
And he loved Anne Klein's.
Yep, he loved them.
All my Anne Klein's. It's good quality leather, I guess. So
yeah, Great Pyrenees. We're talking about. We got to get a livestock guardian dog at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now. Russell does his best, and he has Manny's done his best, and he is going out there and trying to keep watch over everybody.
That was crazy. He was out there the other day after Fred passed away, and he was out there wrangling chickens up, and because she used to run out by the apple trees and the pear trees and run all the chickens
over the turkeys
and turkeys. Yeah. She'd run them back towards the pen.
Yeah.
And he was out there the other day doing that. And I don't ever remember seeing him do that.
And he has been at my side the entire time. Yeah. So yeah, and the best part was I've never had that kind of experience before. But the best part is that right before she passed away, she gave me a big kiss.
Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to happier stuff. So,
okay, Naughty Heathen, I got to ask you: does the Rottweiler go after the chickens, or is he just not a?
I was actually thinking about a Rottweiler, and they're actually it's actually recommended. They're good working dogs,
and the
Ridgebacks too.
I wouldn't mind.
It's bigger than a Rottweiler.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Whatever.
It's okay.
Skanes Girl says they rescued two Pyrenees after Hurricane Gustav, and she had them in her scion.
Oh my god! I bet that was a sight.
Oh yes, Tag got his cobbler, and he got his dollar.
And he got his dollar.
Tell him about the dollar.
All right, so
ruin Tag's live and because he was going to show everybody the dollar.
Well, let him do that then.
Okay.
So everybody just make sure that you're on Tags Live on Friday. And yeah. Yep. So yeah, there's that. I walked right into that one.
You did. You should have known
right
better.
Into it. I should have known.
You can't weaponize food with him.
Thank God he didn't say $100 because I probably would have taken that.
Oh, that would not have been a bet. Trust me.
Well, I thought the girls were on my side. I had no idea. So. Tag over at Life Done Free.
Yeah, Life Done Free.
Yeah. And the great friends of ours.
I saw MMR was on here, and she said the Indiana Mike is down and out right now.
Oh, sick. No.
Sick.
Ooh, not good.
And she says she needs a guard dog. Why do you need a guard dog for your cats? I don't know. I guess we're kind of spoiled. Our cats are pretty good hunters, and
yeah, they're good predators.
They've been able to.
Oh, I think what she is talking about. They're more indoor cats, outdoor. So I think that's just with the transition and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
they got to figure that out. So I could see that. Yeah.
MMR. One thing to remember when you move out here. Do not let the cats outside for at least 3 weeks.
Right.
Because you want them to
acclimate to the land.
Yeah, they will literally go outside the house and then get lost.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, cats as cool as they think they are not very smart.
Right. There's your link for Life Done Free.
Yep.
So
there's your link.
Get in there. Cool cat. We really like them. And between Hacks and them, there's no way we could have made this move.
No, absolutely. No absolutely way. Not. That's one of the reasons why we're so big on talking about community right now.
Yeah.
Lucy says I'm being gifted a pressure canner. Gonna try it for the first time when I get something to can. So excited. There you go.
Good. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me email me. I'll actually give you my phone number, and then you can ask me anything that you need to know. Not that I'm an expert at anything. I'm a heritage canner, so
we still need to do a video about canning safety.
Oh, yeah. And because people seem to be so intimidated by it, and it's super simple.
And aside from the fact you can kill yourself if you do it wrong, but that's okay.
I don't think anymore. We use so many of the older canners. I just don't think so anymore. I don't think that's right. I was
telling a joke.
Oh.
Let's see here. Let's see, Starla. Okay, naughty sub to Lifetime Free. You'll really like their channel. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
What they supposedly call the golden years sure ain't golden. Better name it Rusty Bucket years. You know what? I think it's to be truthful. I think it's really weird being the same age as old people. Guys, seriously, I don't know. Look at.
I still have 3 20-pound turkeys to butcher. I'm hoping to can turkeys. Yeah. So, Hacks, they are butchering turkeys, and I think they're going to grind them. I'm not sure if I think they're putting them in the freezer, but canning wouldn't be a bad idea on those either.
Yep. So Naughty, the pressure canner for a pressure canner to explode, you literally have to do everything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually the modern pressure canners have a little blowout valve that if it gets too hot, it'll blow out and let all the pressure off. So if you blow a pressure canner up, you have really man, you've done literally everything wrong.
Yeah, and so one of the safety things on that is especially if I'm not sure how that's going to work up in Canada, but in the States, we actually have what's called extension offices, and every county has one, and you can take that canner to the extension office, make sure that it's checked out, check that gauge, make sure that the ring and all that stuff. So Prestos have a rubber ring, and here. Just because I'm canning so much. So the Prestos have a rubber ring that goes in there. So they'll check those, make sure those are moist.
You got to hold it up.
This is your relief valve right there. And then this is where your weight gauge goes on. This is a weight gauge. And then you've got that. Let's see if I can get it in there. That right there tells you if you're at pressure, that kind of thing. So the extension office can check all of that for you. You'll want to make sure that you check with your county extension office, because I know our county cannot test the All Americans. So they can do the mirrors and they can do the Prestos, but they cannot do the All Americans. So you may have to go into a different county to get that done. But I don't know. I don't think it's too difficult to check them yourself, to be honest with you, but let me not give that recommendation since we are where we are. So in the YouTube stage.
So Mrs. Hack said they're gonna grind and can hopefully Friday.
Oh, good.
4.5 hours to do 3 turkeys. Big boy split the cone apart. Folks, you talk about some big turkeys.
They'll break your nose.
Yep.
Yeah. But turkeys are way different on a farm than what they are in the store.
Did I ever tell the live about
butchering
my first turkey?
I can't remember. I think you were talking to Hacks about that.
If I haven't told you guys about the first time I butchered a turkey, go ahead and say something in there. If you guys haven't heard it, I'll tell the story.
They make turkey-sized jars. No, they don't. Not for farm turkeys. They do not.
They have a verdict on my left shoulder. No fractures. Well, that's good. But I have a tendon that is solidly calcified and crystallized diagnosis with calcium hydro. I can't even pronounce that. So is there any way they can fix that, Starla? Okay. I'll send you a pic. Again, send a pic of it. Yes, absolutely. It's a 23 quart. Oh, excellent. That's a good size.
Oh.
That's a good size canner.
Oh, canner. I was thinking jars. Yeah, no, I actually, and so if you go back and look at some of my canning videos, I actually have a 41 quart. I've got the largest one. And I got that through, it's an All American, and I got that through Lehman's. So if you go to Lehman's.com, you can find it. I got lucky enough that it was back ordered. And so I was able to do that. It has small birds for 20 cents a pound. Too.
Where was that? Which Walmart was that there?
Well, where
Mrs. Hacks.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Starla says surgery. Well, Starla, if you got to have surgery, let us know so we can be praying for you.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about jars.
No, the one in Hiawatha. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we don't go up there. But I bet you probably this one here.
No more. Don't buy any more turkey, please.
Are you done with turkey?
I'm so turkeyed out.
I have so much turkey.
I'm so turkeyed out right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a difference from the jars you buy at the grocery store and canning jars? Yes. So, God, I wish we had one in here.
What do you? Oh, the mayonnaise jar?
The 3-lug versus the canning jars.
Oh, well, I have that one and I have another.
Okay, so Naughty, there's the difference between the jars that like your sauces and everything come in.
That's a lug jar.
So I don't know if you can see this. So this is a 3-lug jar, and you can see the little ridges right there. There's 3 of them.
And they also have 6.
They've got 6-lug jars, and you have to have the lid that's made for this jar.
But they do sell them.
Yes,
so you can get them.
They do. They're kind of hard to come by right now. The store-bought jars, you can use some of them to can, but other ones you can't.
Well,
they're too thin.
It was like the old jelly jars, the old mayonnaise jars, that kind of thing. And it's not really that they're too thin. It's trying to find a lid that will actually adhere to them. Mm-hmm. So what they've done is they have made it so that, how do I put this? They've made it so that rings are cheap. And I cannot find one ring to fit on this jar. Otherwise, I would use this jar. Now, the old mayonnaise jars are not recommended, and I have had problems with those. So I wouldn't do that. But
MMR, if you guys do your own turkeys, we'll all have to get together and figure out how to get it going.
86-pound turkey. That's right. It was huge. I don't remember it being 86 pounds though.
Crocus live. Okay. My 86-pound turkey I told you about, got during a storm and broke its leg. My husband shot its head off. He went to work. I couldn't lift it, so I laid it in the wheelbarrow down and rolled it.
There's always a way to do it.
Yes, always.
I wonder how she was able to heat it up enough to get the feathers.
So Ethan wants to know you could take a Prego jar and
yeah.
We can't. Yep, Prego jars are one of the ones.
Prego's
about the only ones that I would trust.
No, no, there's better ones. Classico and Classico, I even reuse the lids.
The spaghetti jars.
Yeah, well, that's what he's talking about.
Well, I know.
Yeah. So I actually have broth right now. I reuse the lids, and I only had one not reseal, so they were fine. You just want to make sure that you're checking that rubber around the rim, and just know if you have one or two that doesn't seal, you'll either have to change out the lid and reprocess it or throw it in the fridge and eat it.
There are a lot of 100, 200-pound turkeys in DC.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that video.
And vultures and all kinds of jackasses, all kinds of animals out there.
And isn't it nice that responsible citizens pardon the turkeys?
Starla's following up on her scrounging metal.
Oh, good.
We got sidetracked and did not get back out there.
Well, we were waiting for somebody else too, and they got sidetracked. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah,
but it's there for us, and we know that, so no big deal.
Now, Ethan, how about from can to jar? Okay, so that's
from can to jar.
Taking canned goods and jarring them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No,
well, but hold on a second. It depends on what kind of can. So if you've got, what is it, number 8 can is the regular size can, or is that the number 6?
Are you talking about the
regular
10 cans?
Yeah, the regular 10.
The number 10, the big
No, not the number 10s,
ones?
the regular ones, the ones you buy and put on the shelf.
Well, then just go.
So if you've got cans like that, like your regular size cans, like this size, it makes no sense. They're gonna keep just as long as a jar.
I don't agree with that.
But if you you buy number 10 cans, they're cheaper per serving, and you can bust them up and can the stuff that way.
Right. So but I would say if you have anything in storage that's rusting because maybe weather or something like that, take it out of the can, and you can always look at what the ounces are. Most of those are, I think they're 10.5 ounces. So know that if you go to use a quart jar, that's 16 ounces. So you may have to have maybe 3 in order to do 2 jars there.
Yeah, not even those big cans you get at Sam's Club. Mm-hmm. Those are number 10 cans. Yeah. And you can open those up and eat some of it and then can the rest.
And it used to be that those were a lot cheaper than buying individual cans. So in fact, I have some I'm still going through and trying to get through the freeze dryer and into jars.
So. Lucy said that the breast on that turkey was 22 pounds and the leg and thigh was 16 pounds.
Wow. Awesome.
Okay, Hippocrates Garden. I think maybe even a 400-pounder.
Isn't that Hippocrates?
It's Hippocrates.
Greek. It's Greek.
Hippocrates.
It's Hippocrates.
No, it's Hippocrates. Okay. I think maybe even a 400-pounder. There is one who can't finish a sentence and gets long, and one coming in who is about the same. Wonder how better men fighting will talk.
He's just going straight in. We just got monetized, and he's going straight in.
Starla's the one.
Starla's did that. Okay,
Starla's
great. Thanks, Starla. Like oh man.
Yeah, we got a freeze dryer. You can watch. We've got several videos about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing more. We're going to be doing more videos on the freeze dryer.
Oh. Yeah, there's no reason not to. I got it going 24/7. So
in fact, we are Harvest Right affiliates. So if you go down, and I think I put it in the description for this video. I try to put it in all the videos. But if you go down there, you can click on that link, and if you purchase a freeze dryer, you get like $100 and some worth of free stuff.
I'm gonna get those lids so I can show Indiana my.
Okay.
Did this once, but we'll do it again.
It's okay, Starla. It's okay. You don't worry about it. She's just giving you a hard time. MMR says, are 4-jar lids better than ball lids? Well,
yeah.
Just so happens that we have some right here.
Yeah. So here's a ball. You do that. Make sure you ping it. Show them the ring.
Here's the ball jar. You see the lip around here, and it's got the seal on here, and it's enameled on the inside. And see if I can the sound. So that's what they sound like.
This is the 4 jars.
Now here's the 4 jar, okay? And you'll notice that ring is considerably deeper and considerably wider than that one. And the as a result, the ring is wider too, and
thicker.
So you hear the difference in the sound. I bet it's hard to hear on the.
Well, I kind of do it this way. This is the ball. Well, I guess you can't really. Yeah. I guess the best way that you did
the 4 jars, they're a little bit thicker. The ring right here is deeper, and we found we get a much better seal.
Yes. Yeah. I don't even think that I've had one fail. And the nice thing is the company actually guarantees the first seal. So you're not losing anything. And as a matter of fact, we just got a Black Friday special from them. So if you probably go to 4jars.com, you can probably look and see what they're doing for Black Friday sale. They usually have a really good deal. I know in Hannibal, I picked up 200 lids. It was 100 of wide mouth and 100 of regular mouth. And it cost me I think it was $35, something like that. So 200 lids for $35. Heck yeah, I'll do that all day long.
Pat is checking in from New Mexico.
Hey, how's the weather down there? You guys freezing like we are? Well, I guess we're not freezing now. But,
not right now.
But no, you guys will love the 4 jars.
Noddy's got to deal with a sick kid.
Oh no. Telling you guys, the garlic. You got to be doing the garlic cloves.
Stains. You'll be really happy with the four jars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a little skeptical, because they were a little bit. Well, they weren't more expensive, but she spent a lot of money when we.
Well, what it is that I had a conversation with them one-on-one, and the representatives of the company, and then plus Make It Make was there, and that's how I met her. And so we had got to talking.
Fantastic channel. If you want to know about canning, that is.
Put her link on.
She's got a fantastic.
She's also
channel.
a heritage canner. And so her and I got to talking, and basically, and with them. So right now, the lids are being made in China, but they were doing everything they could to get the factory up and running here in the U.S., hoping by the end of the year. I need to check in and see if they got that done or not, but they knew that they would be able to start manufacturing them in the U.S. by the end of next year. So at some point, those are all going to be made in the U.S.
Okay, there's Make It Makes channel.
And we don't get anything from them. This is just my experience. So there's no money being made on, not affiliates, anything like that. So.
Okay, Starla. Starla asked a really good question. Do we rebel can?
Yeah, no.
No, we do not rebel can. You know why we don't rebel can? Because what they call rebel canning is actually heritage canning. Mm-hmm. It's the way our ancestors used to can. Mm-hmm. So we no longer call it rebel canning. We call it heritage canning. Mm-hmm. And I want the ball jar people that are out there that see this video to go ahead and argue with the term heritage canning and say how bad it is. Yeah. Indiana Mike says, love Make It Make. Yeah, she's good people and has been put through the ringer over the last year. So. Yes, by the very ball jar people that we're talking about. Yep. No, wait, why? Skane says, I've been using cheap ones from C, honestly. Oh, for China. I've been having issues with the ball products. Yeah, have you noticed that the rings are a lot thinner? We were literally having, when we did the chicken canning over there and had all those jars, I would go to, use the tool that they put out there, and I go to pick up the jars, and they just immediately started siphoning. They've also been dented. When I open them up, there's dents in them. Well, you had that one turkey broth last year. Yeah, that exploded. That she took the pressure off the pressure canner, and when she did that, the cans were pressurized, and two of them actually, two of them blew. We had chicken broth all over the ceiling. I actually have video, the aftermath of that. I'm still battling the broth on the ceiling. I'm not gonna lie. Lucy says, Pax laughs about that all the time. Lucy says we had a snowstorm on Saturday night. We got a foot. It caved my tarps in on my addition, so a lot of extra work. Oh man, no. That's okay. I don't give an inch. I keep going. Absolutely. Yep. That's why you're the Terminator. Yep. Hold that line. Yeah. Oh, okay. Naughty didn't catch. So we no longer call it rebel canning. We no longer call it rebel canning. It is now heritage canning. Basically, the difference is, and that's both terms, they don't necessarily follow the USDA guidelines. So if you get into a bulk cooking jar, that kind of thing, in fact, the meat recipes didn't even come back until this year. I've been following those, and I finally saw them in there this year. And it used to be that they would say, oh yeah, get rid of that. I wish one of our mods were in here so they could take care of that stuff. I got it. Guys, we will never post porn on our site. That's not happening. And any of you that are on my Facebook page, you know that I'm an advocate for human trafficking. And so we're not going to tolerate that. If you see that, disregard it. We're going to try to delete everything as fast as we can. But where was I on that? Doggone it. Oh, USDA guidelines. So it's just a matter of knowing how things were done. Best way to learn is getting in with a Mennonite community, Amish community, that kind of thing, and then follow what they do. And I didn't even know that my lids were reusable until Martha told me that. Yep. And so it was like, and if you can find Canning the Amish Way, is that the name of that? Yeah, Canning the Amish Way. If you can find Canning the Amish Way, pick it up. Because it's out of production, or it's out of print, and there's actually a new print on it, and I didn't hate the book. Yes, and I think I have an extra book, and so if I can find that extra book, maybe at 2,000 we can do a giveaway. 2,000 subscribers, we can do that. Well, I thought we were going to wait till 5.
I know, but I think times are tight right now, and I think we need to get that information out there. So we'll see what happens.
They're giving away my stuff.
we have an extra, and somebody can use it. So
Starla says we have canned the Amish way forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you know what? My mom used to do that, and that's why the ball jar, cookbook. When I saw the new one, I was like, what the heck is this?
Not a heathen. He wants the book. Let her run the show. So, but yeah, I don't know. And let's see. Yeah, plenty of those guys around here. Yeah, get with them and learn. So they're willing to share and so full of so much knowledge. So they'll walk you through everything. And they've been so cool that literally sometimes if they're close enough, you can have them come out on the property and they'll walk you through things and kind of see how to set
she
things
says
up.
One thing, maybe a significant part of the population today doesn't have the immune system we had a couple of generations ago.
Right.
You know what,
We're being poisoned.
The USDA guidelines are made because they have a one size fits all, and the government is we must protect everybody, and it doesn't. Life doesn't work like that.
Have you guys ever looked at? So, in fact, I threw out. How many pot roasts did I do? Was there
3.
2, 4? There were 4 in there.
4 of them.
I ended up having to throw them out.
Well, we didn't throw them out. We fed them to the dogs.
Well, yeah.
They loved it.
Oh, maybe that's why. Oh, I may have killed my dog.
No.
But when you look on the package, we couldn't believe the smell. And we were like, what the heck is going on? And I looked on the package and I started reading it. And in fact, Doug and Stacy just did a video on this. And I started reading it. And I was like, that's the familiar smell.
What was it?
There's one ingredient that starts with an M, and that is MSG. So they keep changing the MSG name so that they can get it into their ingredients. Mm-hmm. And then when you get down below, it says added flavoring, also a word for MSG. So that had like double what anything, and I don't feed you that because I'm allergic to MSG. He couldn't stand it.
All I know, folks, is she made these pot roasts and they smelled like ass.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
And it's there you go. Lucy watched Farmageddon.
Oh, nice.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah.
What'd you think
of that? Did
it
piss you off, or did you, I mean, it should just keep you running with it, especially with what you guys are going
to try to do a review of that movie.
Yeah. I recommend it. Farmageddon. You can find it on Facebook. Aaron's going to put a link down. And man, this is what they're doing to small farmers. This is what they're doing to homesteaders. And they're even coming after backyard flocks now. You want to put a CSA together? Good luck. They're coming after us, and they're coming after us hard. I think Farmageddon is PH, right?
No.
No, you got it.
There it is.
Yeah, right there. And so
if you spell it wrong, you end up with
yeah, some bad stuff. So we're going to put the link in there. One of the things to let you guys know, stick through it, because they start talking about the milk and what's happening with the raw milk, but it gets worse. And so they're coming after families. It is terrible. Not only did the last family...
Tag wants to know how long you've been advocating for human trafficking.
Oh my gosh.
He's being a smart ass.
Oh, is he?
He said you're promoting it.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. You know better than that. So I'm an advocate. I go out and I speak against. Yes, I speak against it. I have, especially when it first came about, I was literally traveling church to church to church and giving speeches, lectures, whatever, and just giving people the information on how to defend.
Hey, Rod, how's it going, man? Rod says USDA has gained way too much power. The FDA doesn't have enough. They both got too much in my book.
And it's not even them. I mean, just watch Farmageddon. Yeah. I'm telling you, it gets bad and ugly. But it's also a heads up to us that we can watch for who's showing up at our gate.
Right.
So, just give you a good idea on that. The government can kiss my grits. So to speak.
What was the flow from
Alice?
Alice, yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we just aged ourselves.
Yeah,
I like that. Kiss my grits. But yeah, so that's kind of where that is. But yeah, go check that documentary out. It's pretty interesting. And if anything, I mean, I got ticked off, but I went, oh, hell no. Now I'm geared up. So I was a little concerned.
Although we had to have a conversation about her helping the neighbors was not going to cause the government to come take all our animals.
I just want to be careful with what videos we put out there and what we're showing. So, because in one family, not only did they take everything that was left in the CSA pantry, but they also went in and took their personal food. They took an entire cow, 70 chickens, and all kinds of stuff, well, and left her with 10 kids and no food.
I was talking with somebody, and they made the point that they're going after people that are making money.
Right.
And that's the government does not like competition.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about. It's about the commercial ag that is trying to take all of the lower ag out.
Yeah.
So let's feed you full of poison, and don't you learn how to grow your own food. Don't make it healthy. Don't eat clean. We want to poison you. Oh, I did say that we're going to be unmonetized.
You're probably going to get a strike on us.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, Cindy. But
what else did we do this week?
Oh my God! I've been cooking and cooking and cooking.
It was cold this week, and we still haven't turned the heater on.
We're heating with the wood stove, but
the wood stove and the canners.
Yeah, I've been canning like nobody's business.
So yeah, so we've done that, and we went and got firewood this week. We had check this out, folks. So there's a small town north of us, and the power company is replacing all the power lines for the first time in like 60 years in this town. So the city went in and cut all the trees that were on the right of way on the alleys behind the houses where the power lines were, and they left the tags in here. There had to be 5,000 or 6,000 sitting there cut into rounds, sitting there for 3 weeks, and that was a week ago. And we were Sunday. I picked up a load. And it was it's still sitting there. It just boggles my mind. People are just letting that stuff go. And my problem is I don't have enough time to get up there and get more. But people are just letting it go. I don't understand.
Yeah. So yeah, Lucy, that's the problem here. And the issue is that you kick them off the land, you won't let them come in, and you can tell them, you can say, that gate, didn't you see that gate was locked and you can't come on here. There was a no trespassing sign, that kind of thing. And I've heard that's not just from the documentary, but also they're threatening us with our flocks. And so part of the problem is that they'll go back and they get warrants, and then they don't even care how the warrants are served, and they don't follow the rules. So there's that.
I don't know.
It's a hot mess.
I'm not advocating anybody break any laws or do anything illegal, but we need to read up on civil disobedience.
And did you guys know that it's a federal offense to move raw milk from state line to state line?
Across state line,
you can't do it.
Did not know that. So you cannot go across to a neighboring state and pick up raw milk and bring
Don't be in Kansas City and come into Olathe to get your raw milk.
Absolutely. That's illegal. RN says some grocery store turkeys have sugar added in the ingredient list. Yes, there's all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of poison. And that's not going to be, it's not going to be your sugar cane. Oh no, I'm very careful. It's not going to be your sugar cane. It's going to be processed sugar. So it's not as clean as the sugar cane.
Hoodah Holler just showed up. He said, hey, nice to see you guys. See you.
Yeah.
Good to have you here, Hoodah.
Yeah, so anybody who didn't see the video, you posted a video yesterday with Native.
Oh yeah, we did.
Go check that out. I laughed my butt off.
Ms. X says she's going to be a rebel milkman. She's going to go across state lines with milk hidden underneath her dress.
The problem is that she'll probably take me with her, and I'll have to be the gunman, or maybe I'll drive. You be the gunman.
Two thieves there. Two criminals there.
Right. So yeah, but yeah.
We did
craziness.
I did something else this week that was really kind of cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't partake in it all day long, but we went up and helped Mechanic Mike, who's uh, kind of a mechanic for the group.
He's not kind of a mechanic. He's
well, no, for the group,
yeah.
you know.
We also have hacks.
We have hacks, and we got Mechanic Mike, and he's got this great big huge Morton building that he works out of, with no insulation on it. And in the wintertime, as soon as the temperature drop, it turns into an ice box. And so we went over there. Tag actually put it together. And we had
the Morton building.
No, the
going over to help. Yeah,
the workday, and we put insulation up inside this Morton building. And I was talking with Tag yesterday, and he said that they got about half the building done. So it was actually a good thing. And I was in there. We were in there Sunday morning. You could see your breath. It was so cold in there. You know.
Yeah. Pat, enjoy it. Know that you committed a crime, but that's okay. I would too. You were downright professional doing the native interview.
Dude, I was winging it.
Yeah, but
I had written down questions, and we kind of followed them, and I just kind of let it. I kind of let it go its natural course.
But with the response of that, I think that what we're going to try to do once a month is try to do that discussion, interview style, however you guys want to call it. I think we're going to try to do that once a month with a homesteader. How did you get started? Because everybody does need to see how everybody's doing it different, what's going to work for them, and that kind of thing. So
yeah, and Native and I were talking offline, and there's if you go back, Spags and I did a video about homesteading being the ultimate goal of every prepper, and Native said that he actually considered himself a prep steader because the homestead was not paying for itself yet. And I was
We've been in that position.
I had never thought of it like that, but that's an absolute great rule of thumb, because as soon as the animals start paying for the homestead, which we were getting ready to do before we had to move here.
We were there when we were there. And now we're not.
Now we're not,
And we do, it's kind of one of those things. It's that 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We had to do it in order to gain our freedom. So we are not apologetic for that whatsoever. It needed to be done. So even though sometimes it makes me sad.
Well, and we say that homesteading is the ultimate goal, but we understand that not everybody can get there. I mean, there's physical limitations, there's financial limitations, there's what people feel comfortable with and all that.
But that's how you build your community.
Exactly. If you don't want to make homesteading your goal, and you're happy stopping someplace along the way, then do it.
If you guys want encouragement, and it was a video that I had caught, and I'm going to tell you this right now, head over to Rescue, and he's building his community. He had some people come over. He wanted chickens. He was getting into chickens.
Nikki and Bob.
Yep.
Is Bob her husband's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Nikki and her husband.
So, but they went over there and built him.
Well, they helped finish it.
Yeah.
He did most of that by himself.
Yeah, and he was in a scooter.
Yep, he's got a bum back, and so he's limited on his mobility.
Yeah. So if you're in that situation and you need encouragement, how do I do this? All of that, get with Rescue. That was great. It was a great video.
Yeah. Miss Zach said she found 2 frozen bunnies this morning. You know what? You're going to find as winter rolls around, it's going to happen more and more often.
Yeah.
I've lost entire litters in the winter time. And you do your best. You do your best to keep them warm and all that, but sometimes they'll crawl out of the nesting box, or they'll get crushed by mama, or something will happen.
Yeah.
So that's why they have so many babies.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, Mrs. Saxon. I think I've told you this before, but just ask me next summer, and I'll walk you through it again. Hey, Mrs. Ghetto.
Mrs. Ghetto.
And so I'll walk you through it again if you don't remember. But the heat of the summer, we always, our space is tight, but you just kind of have to keep one compartment, and then and get those in there. And I would freeze those and throw them in there. You started laughing because you were thinking about JJ.
I was thinking about JJ. We had this great big Flemish giant, and she would freeze these 2-liter bottles, and he would straddle it and put his head down on the end of it, and he would just lay there, and his ears would be up, and all of a sudden they'd just go.
So we would smoke our meat rabbits, and those were Flemish giant, and they're so big they can get up to 35 pounds. And so we had to do everything to keep them cool. And I know she's got a different type, so
okay,
she
Mrs.
may not
Hacks,
have that problem.
Yes, the mamas will get very aggressive, and rabbits are dangerous little animals. I don't care what but they're fluffy and cute. But I was working. I worked at a hospital, and I was up in the wound care department, and one of the nurses looked at me, and she looked at my forearms, because I had scratches and deep cuts all down my forearms, and she said, "Oh my God, did you get in a knife fight?" I said, "No, it was a rabbit." Yep. So one of the things they suggest you do if you're going to handle rabbits like that is you get tube socks. Cut it so your fingers stick out, but you pull the tube socks up over your elbow and let them scratch up that material versus your arms.
You're still going to get scratched, though. I did.
Yeah, you're still going to get scratched, but it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, they're, I don't know. You come out of there bloody.
Starla welding gloves would be a good idea, but I just don't know if the dexterity you need with rabbits, because you got to really.
You got to be able to grab them by the neck. You've got to be able to.
Yeah, you got to be able to.
Especially when you're talking about a 35-pound rabbit.
Really good hold on them.
Yeah. Yeah, smaller rabbits, that might work fine, but. So that's kind of where we were with that. Oh, got some cooking videos coming out.
Yep.
And I did those. So if you guys want something to do with leftover turkey, then there's a recipe there. Hopefully G will put out the Biltmore. No, I don't think those are thick enough either. Oh, something just popped. I think I just broke a jar. How in the world did that happen?
In the canner?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh my goodness.
So I just quality of stuff, guys. It is what it is. And then
no tag. We were gonna let you. Okay.
We can.
We'll talk about it as time brought it up.
You want me to get the notes on it?
Yeah, go ahead and get it. So I was driving to work this week, and I found there was a for sale by owner on a piece of land on the way to work, and we talked about it, and I told Tag about it, and Tag is going to do he said, "Are you going to do a video on it, Tag?" But we're trying to bring people into the area. So this is a 34-acre piece of land. Mm-hmm. It's L-shaped, and it's kind of flat as a billboard, but there's a creek that
you want me to sell this property?
You sell it. You're the real estate agent.
Not anymore. Okay, so basically what we have, we have 34 acres that is full of alfalfa, brome, and timber. So you get the best of all the world. And then there's utility access. No utilities actually put in. So you would either have to go completely off grid or you would have to tie into that. Think about that in your budget when you're looking at it. And he will not separate the property, which is fine. We don't mind that. You can always get other people to go in with you, people that you trust. If you want to do that, break it up yourselves. Make sure nobody is landlocked though. So you'll have to figure out how to do that. $6,000 an acre. And
so you're looking at 204 for the entire.
No, I don't know. I don't have a calculator, but yeah, you'd have to figure that one out. And then, so then it is L-shaped ground. The farm, they've actually had it for a very long time, and the farm they're going to be keeping. They're a quarter mile to the west.
It's actually a cattle ranch.
It is a cattle ranch, yes. And so they're just downsizing. The son is moving, and so they're getting older. And he said, I can handle the cattle. I don't think I'm going to be able to farm that anymore. So mostly that gets built up. And if you're looking for income and you want to keep what is not timber, you want to keep that alfalfa and brome going. I'm telling you right now, alfalfa is more than brome. And brome right now is going for $120 a round bale. So 34 acres, you're pulling a lot of hay out of there.
They, even with the drought going on, they pulled three cuttings of hay off there. Mm-hmm. But they were doing the square bales, the small square bales.
I don't know what they were doing.
No,
but
I know for a fact.
Oh, okay. So even then, they're $6 a square bale, and that's even less. So
here's the cool thing about that property. There's a freesteader that lives directly across the road from them.
Yeah.
So Starla, it's right now it's agriculture. Everything is agriculture.
It's all ag right now. Yeah.
And let's see.
But that's fine. In Kansas, you want that to stay ag. You actually get credit for that. It's lower taxes, and you can still build your house on it. So that's fine. You do not want that to go residential, because if you do, then they're gonna lay ground rules, and you don't want that. So the only thing in this county where land is located, the only thing you have to have a building permit for is a septic tank. That's it.
Tag, you do the video. You do a video on it, and because you than we would do.
Yeah, so, and I think the boy, Chance's boy, I think he actually did a video. I still haven't got that link.
Right. We don't know. There may be something online about it
with pictures.
And I'll tell you what, it's a nice property. I was driving by there yesterday. I counted 25 turkeys standing right next to the road.
And the deer.
And
we almost hit deer every time.
There's
go down there.
There's 2 or 3 female groups and at least one butt group, bachelor group that's out there right now. Yeah.
Hacks, Mrs. Hacks, I thought you got New Zealand's and Californians. I didn't know they had Flemish giants. So, but yeah, so I'm confused about that. I didn't see them when they were dropped off, so I have no idea what you have.
She was talking to Lucy. Lucy said
okay. All right. Dang, land is expensive up there. Yeah, it didn't used to be. It is now.
Yeah, 2 years ago it was $3,000 an acre.
Yeah, I remember when it was $1,000 an acre.
Yeah, this is true.
So, but no, you're gonna pay for it, but it's good property, and who knows? He doesn't want to split it, and I gave you the, read between the line. Maybe there's some kind of deal that can be made behind the scene. This is not a real estate agent that's handling this property.
Yeah,
it is a for sale by owner. So the longer it sits.
Food owl, yes, you can. In fact, turkey hunting is a state pastime.
Yep.
And that's one thing. Kansas's hunting seasons are kind of weird. Well, weird compared to Missouri, because the Kansas deer season is really long, and it overlaps the turkey season, which happens in Missouri, but it's just archery. It's just the archery season in Missouri. But the tags are more expensive here. They don't call it the Department of Conservation. It's the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries or something like that. And
they are always on airplanes.
Yes, they are always flying around. But yes, you can hunt. And Kansas, even though it's been overhunted on deer, ducks are overhunted in Kansas.
Oh, that's why we can get extra deer, extra does this year. Okay.
Tag says there are 20 freesteaders within 20 miles.
Yep.
And we hope to make that number larger.
Yep, absolutely.
That's the benefit of freesteading. The website. If you guys aren't on freesteading yet, go sign up. It's free. And if you don't do any of the forums, except there's 2 that you need to be in.
State.
You need to be in your state forum. Well, actually, there's only one you need. Oh, not forum, but you need to be in your state forum, and then you need to be looking at the calendar, because the calendar shows you. We're trying to get all these event coordinators to put their events on the calendar, so we're not overlapping. Because like last fall, many of you that watch the channel, you know this, but
we had to miss SOE.
We had the Self-Reliance Festival, our Midwest Preparedness, and then the Ozark Preparedness Festival down in. Yeah, they were having a thing on Saturday at Fort Scott, and that was all on the same weekend. So we're trying to make it so that we're not overlapping, so that people can do as much as they can. But the thing about the state sites is is you'll meet people that are literally 10 minutes away from you that are on freesteading. They're like-minded, and you've at least got something like that in common. We were out in Tennessee, and I started talking to a guy, and another guy came up and started talking to us, and I mentioned freesteading, and I knew who one of them was, and I knew who the other one was, and they told me their names, and I was like, you guys live next to each other. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, check it out. Go. And so they started talking, and sure enough, they lived within about 10 miles of each other. Starla still can't get it to work.
Well, that might be spell check, but it's freesteading.com. So, but put the link on there. You might have to reset your password, Starla. That might be what's going on. So, you can go in there and reset your password. It's easy to do. I'm not going to lie. I've had to do it a couple times. So have a few other people. But yeah,
who was it at the beginning? Was it Hippocrates? Hippocrates Gardens that said,
hey, what's wrong with you?
We have a cat on the table.
Hey.
She lost her mind.
Yes, she has.
Oh, cancel. Oh, okay. Ooh, I almost
dropped us.
Yeah, I almost dropped the thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, go there, Starla, and try to reset your password. It may take a day or so to do that. Probably not going to happen overnight, but you can do that. As soon as you do that, you should be able to get in just fine. If you don't, then you want to message admin, and when you message admin, you can tell them the problems you're having, and hopefully they can fix that.
Tag wants to video conference. That's actually a good idea, Tag. Mm-hmm. It's actually a really good idea. Mm-hmm. But the whole freesteading thing, and the cool thing about it, and Nate and I talked about it. I don't remember if it was on when I was on his show or he was on ours. Is these things like freesteading are popping up all over the country. These potlucks that we talk about.
So exciting. And Anita was super excited about that when she heard about the potluck that happened down in Florida. And then she heard about the potluck that Native did and all of that stuff. She's super excited. She says, you got to be kidding me. And I was like, nope, everybody's doing it.
Yep. So this is organic. I mean, we'd like the freesteading to take all the credit for it, but we can't, because everybody's coming to the same conclusion, and it's awesome that everybody's doing that. Everybody's trying to build community, and the I don't know.
Why don't you pull up Tag's driving? Pull up his email, so that Starla has that. It is be in Tag at Life Done For You.
Is it? It's Tag and B?
I don't know.
Is it Tag and B?
Oh, he got it. Tag and B at Life Done For You. Yeah, see, I was right.
Tag and B. You said B.
I said B and Tag.
Yes. So
I was right. Now you know who my favorite is.
Because you're both always on vacation.
Come on now. That wasn't necessary. So, but yeah. Oh, they have emailed me before. Oh, good. Well, now you have Tag's direct link. He will send you a link. You guys can FaceTime together, and he can actually walk you through it. So that might be something you want to do.
You know the other thing that I did this week. In fact, I did it today, and it makes me hate my house. So I got half a day off because the hand of God came down and smote the water main outside the building that I work in. So we had no water, so they sent us home for half a day. And I decided I was going to replace one of the doors on the house this afternoon. And the door's got the casement on it, and it was easy job, an hour. I got 2 doors I got to replace. Could have got it done this afternoon. 1 hour job turned into 3.5, and I have to finish it up tomorrow, because nothing on the backside of this house is standard. Everything is a half an inch smaller or a half an inch larger than what is standard today. And it's all 1950 standards versus early 2000 standards.
I was literally running to the store to get lumber, and he came in and he goes, we got a problem. And he told me what the problem was, that it was off, half an inch?
It was off half an inch.
Half an inch. And I looked at it and I go, no, that's a custom door. We have to figure something out. I don't want to pay $500 for a door because that means we have to do that times 2.
That's right.
No, 3 because there's a third door back there.
Oh yeah.
So we would have to do that times 3, and that takes away from drywall and other lumber and all of that. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And he goes, hang on a second. So he goes back there, and I was leaving and pulling out of the driveway, and I think he knew I had it in my mind. I was going to have to go order doors. And he said, he said, I think I have it figured out. And you did.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Cool thing is, so the house, the back of the house is metal. Literally, it's AR 400 steel, and nobody is going to be able to kick this door in because the screws for the hinges are directly into a metal stud. The bolt is going through a hole that is drilled into a metal stud. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wants to kick that door in, they're going to have to kick the entire wall down.
Starla yoking
up. Mm-hmm. Yoking up is people that are
Jess and Joe came up with that.
People that are making the step to living a lifetime free.
In there. That was American Roots. And so Jess and Joe, and that's what she said. She's calling it yoking up. So if you go back to the Christian dating site and they talk about equally yoked, mm-hmm. This is free studders and like-minded people that are yoking up. So don't believe what people say about Kansas. We're not all sleeping with each other. We're helping each other
Arkansas.
Out. Yeah, just stop it. We are helping each other on our land. We are encouraging getting together for potlucks and talking, enjoying each a bunch of like-minded people. So that is what that is.
Roots, sister wife.
Stop that.
She's
Billy, like up front. That was terrible.
She's one of Darren's sister wives.
So basically, what happened? If you guys didn't catch that video, we were at camp one year. And
I was gone. I was doing something else. I wasn't there.
Same building community. So we were at camp and we were sitting around the campfire, and it was time for everybody to introduce themselves. Darren was first, and then Mrs. Hacks, me, and Chris. We were all sitting next to each other, and I think it was Chris, which is what made it super funny.
No, Darren stood up. And
but I think Chris suggested.
Oh yeah, they were joking about it. That's right.
So
they were
like, well, when Darren introduces himself, he should just introduce us and introduce us as his sister wives. And so, because we hang out all the time, and so he did.
He stood up. He said, "My name is Darren, and these are my sister wives."
You should have seen everybody's mouth just drop. Nobody knew what to think. It was hilarious. And so, it doesn't help that Chris is Mormon either. So, oh, we got some looks. I'm telling you. Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people that were new to the camp were like, oh, my God, what have I got myself into?
Right. Yeah. And then Billy didn't help things when he did your interview either. So.
I don't know. He didn't do that on the interview. He did that after we got off the interview.
No, it's on the video.
Is it on the video?
It is on the video because I got up and I had to go sit over your shoulder, and I was like, I don't do that. And that's when Billy said, you got to make a t-shirt. Mama don't play that.
Mama don't
no
do
wife swapping here.
Mama don't do sister wives.
That's right. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, so that's how that happened. We have fun with each other. And so, we have to. Life is hard sometimes. And so we need encouragement to keep moving forward. And it's nice that we have great friends and great community that show up when they're needed and encourage when it's needed. And even if we are in a bad spot, they let us know you're in a bad spot and they hold us accountable.
Yeah.
So, it's just...
and we were talking earlier about the emotional gut punch that we got this weekend, and we were talking about it, and I did a thing on freesteading today about this, and I'll share it here. So, you ask why did these things happen to us? Why is the country being run into the ground? Why why do all these bad things happen to people that don't really deserve it? Why did these things happen to me? Why am I going through this? And sometimes the question to ask is not why, but it should be, how do I respond? And the Bible talks about this a lot, and it's not the reason why things happen. It's how we respond to them. And I told Angela the other day, I said, I honestly believe that we as a people are being tempered and honed like a knife.
You've said that several times.
Knife in a blacksmith's fire. We're being strengthened and we're being honed to handle what's coming our way. And the building the community and yoking up together and all that only makes us that much stronger. And so it's really easy, and you can attest to this, it's really easy to let your emotions take over and get upset and get angry and And
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm a little ashamed. That was my weekend.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to mourn. But what we do afterwards is what's important. So if you're going through things right now, just know that you don't have to understand what's going on. There's it's actually a movie, Big Trouble in Little China, that one of the heroes goes, I don't get it. And the bad guy looks at him and goes, you weren't put on this planet to get it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. All I need to understand is what my response to these things should be.
Right. Yeah, Mrs. Ghetto, you're absolutely right. What we do to grow from it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take anything away from our life tonight, take that away, because we're going to see more and more of it. See, the news is going to bombard us. They're going to use it to scare people. It's going to happen in our daily lives. I did a video almost a year ago about the end of the world doesn't come in a bang. It comes when you go to sleep. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be in a completely different world than what you knew when you went to sleep. So just don't let it get you down, folks. Seriously. There I am, sounding like a motivational speaker.
Oh, man. Hippocrates, you're so right.
Let's see. When people pray for our country, return to Christ, I ask them to remember what it took for Israel to return to God. It's usually after slavery or another. Amen.
That's where we're at.
Amen. The other side of that coin is people say, well, because God's on our side, and that's not. I don't want God on my side. I want to be on God's side, and I'm not going to lie.
Your connection is unstable.
Oh.
Please we try to reconnect.
Oh.
So what does that mean? Did we lose everybody?
Did we lose it? Give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me.
There we are. I think we're back now. But yeah, so I know you lost him in the middle of his sentence, and I don't know.
No, my witness is terrible on a daily basis, folks. Seriously, I am a believer, but my witness is terrible, and it's something that I need to work on.
Yeah.
But just.
Yeah, it's interesting. So stop it. So yeah, it's interesting the way that things happen. But
5x5 is a calm.
Make sure you can see us and hear us.
Yeah, you can see us and hear us.
Yeah. So
actually, I think it came from a science fiction movie.
I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everything does happen for a reason, and it does make us stronger. We don't always like it that it happens for a reason, but me and I did learn something today.
Starla's advocating for Sunday videos.
That's what she was saying. Okay, so that's
she doesn't watch the NFL
She doesn't watch the NFL.
So she's got Sunday afternoons.
I'm not angry with that. We could maybe come up with something, but we'll have to coordinate that with Willie, because I think he goes live on Sundays. And then so we would have to coordinate around that. But we could probably look at the calendar and see where everybody's at.
Yeah, the freezing the freezing is thanks to Starlink. But Starlink's a better alternative than anything else we've got. So so there it is.
Yeah.
Out with the whimper. Who's going out with the whimper? Not me. I hope not you. Not hope anybody I know is going out with a whimper. Let's see. Lisa says it's time for me to go and got a sore throat. You go take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And we're coming up. We're past an hour and 15 minutes, so we need to think about wrapping it up too.
Yeah. What is ghetto tag? So Mrs. Ghetto is actually married to Mr. Ghetto.
Yes.
And Mr. Ghetto has his own YouTube channel. So Garen's going to go ahead and find that, and we will link that in so that you can look them up.
He does a lot of canning videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're good people.
Actually, Mrs. Ghetto, can you post the link to that website?
She's still in here.
I'll look for it.
Yeah.
Tupac always comes up every time I look for their channel. Try to find the link for their channel.
Who was the there was he lived in Pleasant Hill, and
Tech Nine.
Yeah, Tech Nine. Tech Nine was actually at one of my informational speeches that I did
there
on.
It is. There's a channel.
One of my informational speeches that I did on human trafficking, and he's a pretty cool cat too. You'll hear a lot of his rapping is Christian and that kind of thing. So, but he's from Kansas City.
Yes.
So, but real neat guy.
There you go. Go check out their channel, folks. It's actually a good channel.
Yeah. So, all right. If you guys have any really quick questions, we kind of didn't even stay on track because everybody had so many questions, which is fine.
And quite honestly,
took control.
I don't know about you, but I didn't prepare anything tonight.
Well, there's so much more we didn't.
After this weekend, I was just.
Yeah. You know. But hey, we got 34 acres down the road for sale, so.
That's right.
Come on, be our neighbors.
You can be our neighbors.
You can be our neighbors.
Yeah, man. They don't know what they're getting in for.
So it'll be good. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of camaraderie, and see, I don't.
English is hard.
No, I don't work anymore, so I can actually talk like I'm from. I don't care. I don't have to be proper anymore. So go back to my Tennessee roots.
I so want to tell the "don't throw eggs" joke. But it's so inappropriate.
That's so hilarious.
It's so inappropriate.
No, you know what? Go out with something happy. Go ahead and tell it. I think everybody in here will appreciate it.
Okay. If anybody's offended by crude language, I apologize up front. Okay. So I'm watching a video yesterday, and I found this video, and it was this cute little young country girl, and she looks so innocent, and she looks so clean and pure. And she looks in the camera and she goes, don't throw eggs at your enemy's house. Them's good eggs. Shit in their yard. And I busted up laughing. I almost peed my pants. I had to come up here, and she was on the telephone with somebody. I was like, stop. I got to tell you this.
Teapot and I were rolling.
I got to tell you this. And it was just, it's not necessarily what she said was so funny. It was just the coming from that person just made it so perfect.
Don't throw out your food. Just deposit on the lawn.
Yeah, just deposit on their lawn. Oh my God. And I apologize. Again, my witness is terrible, folks. I admit it. I admit it. My witness is terrible.
Oh my God. Oh, we were rolling.
So okay.
Anyway, all right, guys.
So you got anything to finish off with?
I just want to tell you when here's what I would encourage you. When times get tough, you don't know which way to look. Just make sure to toughen up. It doesn't mean that you can't mourn.
Don't become cold-hearted.
Just deal with it in the moment, get through it. And then, there finally came to a point after I ignored a customer I didn't mean to, and I actually didn't take phone calls.
I think Arthur was in here earlier.
Was he?
Yeah.
When that stuff ends, you have to come out of yourself. And so it took everything I had yesterday, and I literally said enough is enough. And I went in and I brushed my hair, brushed my teeth, got some clothes on, and I said, I have to move forward. I am ignoring community members. This is not good. And I am ignoring friends who want to be good friends, want me to take their phone calls. They want to encourage me. And I did not allow them to do that. And so, yes, there's a good moment to be sad, but there's also a moment that you have to allow other members of the community to support you, and you have to allow yourself to come out of it and move forward. So we did that. I got out into town today. Haven't done that for a while. So really happy about that.
You didn't brush your teeth before
No, actually, I'm going to tell you right now, I think I sat in my chair Saturday and Sunday and literally cried. Most of that even in bed. I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah. Well, and that dog touched you. She touched both of us.
Yeah.
And and any my closing thoughts, you guys go have a good Thanksgiving. Go be with your loved ones. If you can't be with your loved ones, be with friends.
Be with community.
Be with community.
Community is family.
And just have a good have a great Thanksgiving, okay?
Yeah. Tag, if you don't have her email, I've got it, and I can get you her email.
Yeah.
So she won't. She may not be able to email you, so I'll get you her email, and then you can send that. So Starla, just be looking for it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I think until next time, go live a life done free.
Amen. Go live. Take care, folks.
Love you all.